Well, hello there and welcome to week 4 of my Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 save for WWE in 2010, and make sure you stay to the end of this episode, because on this episode not only do we have Raw, ECW and Smackdown, but we are ending this episode with the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. It's our first pay-per-view of the series at the end of this episode. Make sure you stick around for that. Kick things off though on Raw with a hype package for today's Raw main event, which is D-Generation X versus The Legacy for the tag titles. Gets a 70 rating. It continues the abandoned storyline. Good stuff to start us off with. We then go backstage with Todd Grisham is getting an interview with MVP, who is hyping up his match with Santino Marella. Santino Marella is going to be MVP is going to be facing today, except no, he's not, because MVP makes his entrance and Big Show attacks Santino backstage, and Big Show comes out here, and Big Show beats MVP in 10 minutes and 8 seconds with a knockout punch. In good match, gets a 64 rating. Declining physical ability from Big Show, which isn't great. Style quality of MVP is good though. Good announcing, good colour commentary, which, you know, it's King and JR. You'd expect that. It's a 64 rating though. We then get Vince and Bret Hart making their peace. They're both airing their grievances with each other and sort of making peace. They're not fully like best friends now, but they're no longer refusing to talk to each other. Gets a 71 rating. Bret struggled off script, but good stuff either way. Then get Austin sitting down with Orton, Cena and Sheamus, the triple threat at the Royal Rumble this weekend. It's going to be a big match. Gets a 77 rating for this contract signing, but Austin's sitting down with them and he's just pretty much running through the rules of a triple threat match with them, and he's pretty much going how they need to work this match. That this is their chance to become the top guy. 77 rating. A women's tag match next, as the Bella Twins defeat Jillian Hall and Alicia Fox in 5 minutes. Probably could have gone shorter because it gets a 29 rating. How the hell does it get a 29 rating? A lot of inexperience. That's how it gets a 29 rating. Gotta love that. Big Show walking backstage. He gets confronted by Mark Henry. He's pretty much going about, yo, what are you doing? Do you have an issue with MVP or something? Did you just want that match with him? And Big Show goes on about how I haven't been used this entire year yet. If the brass aren't gonna put me on TV, I'm gonna make my own way onto TV. MVP was not my target. Santino Marella was not my target. They were just in my way from getting on TV. So that's Big Show's story now. He feels like he's been overlooked, which, to be fair, this is his first appearance in this save, so he kind of has been. Jack Swagger defeats Chris Masters in 13:25 with the gut wrench powerbomb. Not a bad match. Two big muscly boys brawling. Gut wrench powerbomb for the win. 58 rating. 65 for Swagger's pretty good. Get a DX promo with Hornswoggle, because, you know, he's with DX at this point. We are going to be getting rid of Hornswoggle soon, I promise you. But gets a 98 rating, which is great stuff. Tag team match here as Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne defeat Carlito and The Miz, when Evan Bourne defeats Carlito with the corkscrew moonsault, so neither Miz or Kingston gets pinned. The only physical contact interaction they have physical interaction, but neither of them loses this match. And neither of them win it either. But after the match, Carlito gets attacked by Primo, of course his former tag team partner, who he betrayed earlier this year. Well, late last year. It's 55 rating. Get another Divas segment as Eve and Kelly wish Gail Kim good luck with Maurice on Sunday. Just a simple match to get them all on the card. And the main event match sees D-Generation X defeat The Legacy in 14:21 when Ted DiBiase was disqualified while fighting Shawn Michaels. Let's just say he hit a low blow, because because they were struggling. D-Generation X makes defense number 2 of the WWE World Tag Team Titles. So if we finish this one, gets an 87 rating, increases our pop in 13 regions. 87 is impressive considering we only had one segment above 87. Well, let's jump to ECW though in 3, 2, 1, and we're here on ECW. In 2,281 people at the Aleppo Shrine Auditorium in Massachusetts, I think. I don't know the American state. Two things off on the pre-show, we're bringing up, well, we're taking a look at one of our developmental talents, which is Wes Briscoe, and he's been put in a match with Lance Archer, and Lance Archer defeats him in 7:36 with the inverted crucifix bomb, and it was an awful match. Wes Briscoe got a 5 rating, Lance Archer a 29. Jesus, this was awful. It's 22. Neither of these two belong in ECW with those ratings. We'll then get to Goldust versus Cesaro. Goldust picks up the win with a lifting reverse DDT, gets 51. Also a pre-show match. Good stuff. Daniel Bryan and Christian cut a promo because they're facing William Regal and Vladimir Kozlov in the main event tonight. Gets 52 rating. The promos were decent. Of course, it's a B show, so I'm not that fussed. In Block A, Paul Burchill defeats Chavo Guerrero Jr. in 11:55 with a jumping neckbreaker. Not very many matches left of this tournament, but gets 50 rating for this match, 53 for Chavo, 46 for Burchill. The second match sees Charlie Haas get a 46, Shelton a 59, gets a 58 rating overall, and afterwards, Charlie Haas turns babyface. And they're reuniting the world's greatest tag scene, because, you know, what else would I do with Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin? They're great and all, but world's greatest tag team is the better. We then get the big tag match for the main event. William Regal and Vladimir Kozlov defeat Daniel Bryan and Christian when Vladimir Kozlov pins Christian with the Iron Curtain. Gets a 61 overall. Kozlov gets a 49, weakest in the match. Regal gets a 58, Bryan a 52, Christian a 66. Great stuff all around. Gets a 61 overall. And then the main event segment gets a 52 as Regal and Kozlov continue the beatdown until they are saved by Kenta and Kenta Kobashi in a big rescue. This is their full debut. They're debuting straight at the top of the card though. Gets 52 rated. What do we get considering it's the B show ECW is, so I'm not too fussed about the rating. Gets a 58 overall. Good. Well, not good stuff, but it's okay. Let's jump to Smackdown, unless there's anything else in between, in 3, 2, and we jump back to Smackdown 1. We've got 7,686 people in the Conte Forum in Massachusetts, and we start off with a promo Punk and Jericho. We're seeing Punk and Jericho claiming that they are back on the same page after last week. They've discussed what happened last week, and they realised that they both made mistakes, and they will work together to fix it to take down Kane. Gets 71 rating. Opening match, these are Divas, as no chemistry for the babyfaces. As Laycool defeat Maria Kanellis and Mickie James after Maria is attacked by Beth Phoenix and Layla hits a neckbreaker on her. Gets 51 overall, 59 for Michelle, 50 for Mickie. Not bad. Then get DX and the Hart Foundation face to face. They get a bit physical and they set up for a match right now. They're going tag team match on Sunday, but tonight, singles action as Shawn Michaels defeats David Hart Smith in 12:41 with a sweet chin music at 79 rating. R-Truth in the ring, giving an interview, and then Ziggler and McIntyre come out. They've sort of created a faux alliance. They start insulting Truth and they just start attacking him, and John Morrison's music hits. He comes out and he tries to save hands, and we get a tag team match player Of course, Stephanie and Teddy Long are seen at ringside for this. And R-Truth and John Morrison defeat Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler when John Morrison pins Dolph Ziggler with Starship Pain. Gets a 69 from Morrison, 61 from Truth, 66 from Ziggler, and 59 from McIntyre. Gets 68 overall. Now go backstage to see Punk, Gallows, and Jericho all beating down Kane again. Gets a 71 rating. Good stuff. Vicky and Eric Escobar are interviewed by Savannah, who is our interviewer apparently on this brand. Gets 66 rating. Vicky Guerrero is an amazing heel, which says a lot, doesn't it? 66 is good though for this mid-card act. Get a tag team match now as Crime Time defeat Master J and Jimmy Wang Yang in 11:24 when Shad Gaspard pinned Slam Master J with an STO. Master J was the weak link, which you'd expect out of these four, but Crime Time pick up the win. This leads into our main event, which is Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio are going to be working together today to get to beat Batista. They've got a handicap match against him in tonight's main event. 77. And they do it. Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy defeat Batista in a handicap match when Rey Mysterio drops the dime on Batista after The Undertaker attacked him. Gets 73 rating. And afterwards we get Undertaker chokeslamming Batista through the ring to end the show. And that is the last visual before the Royal Rumble, which we're going to go to, I said, in this episode. So, 3, 2, 1, here we are. The countdown is finished and we're at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Our first pay-per-view in front of 44,000 people in Boston, Massachusetts. We spent this entire week in Massachusetts, it would seem. But we've got a match here tonight. A great card for you here. The Royal Rumble match, of course, and 3 world title matches. And we're starting with the first of them, as Christian defeats Vladimir Kozlov in 14:23 with a kill switch engaged. Gets a 64 rating. There was a lot of people at ringside. Kenta Kobashi, Bryan, and Regal were all at ringside, which involves the Pure title storyline as well. But gets a 64 rating. Great stuff from, well, Christian gets 67, which is good work. And after the match, Bryan, Christian, Kenta, and Kobashi chase off Regal and Kozlov. Pretty simple stuff. Then get Intercontinental Championship matches. Drew McIntyre defeats R-Truth in 12:36 with a Future Shock DDT. That's what that one's called, my bad. And he makes his first defense of his Intercontinental Championship in this save. Gets a 65. Both guys get a 61 and advances, but this will be the end of the Truth versus McIntyre storyline. Women's Divas title now as Gail Kim defeats Maurice with the Hurricane Rana to make her first defense of her Divas title, beating Maurice. Gets a 50 for Kim, 55 for Maurice. Kim was a bit off her game though, but gets a 57 overall, which I'm guessing, yeah, the commentary did help it a lot. Then a match which was a bit last minute, because they only first interacted on Monday, but Mark Henry loses to the Big Show. After the Big Show put his feet on the ropes. I don't know how the Big Show would do that with his size, but he did. Poor Mark Henry, good thing he's strong. Gets 68, 65 for Big Show, 61 for Henry. Bret Hart backstage, he's chatting to David Hart Smith and Tyson Kidd, and he's hyping them up because they're facing DX tonight in one of the big 3 post-Rumble matches. Because the Rumble is not main eventing for the fact that I know in this mod, in this product, the Rumble's going to have a terrible rating because it's such a long match. Get a 64 here for the other women's matches. Mickie James defeats Michelle McCool with a Tornado DDT to win the women's title. I realised something. There's only 2 baby faces, women on SmackDown. Mickie James and Maria. Everyone else is heel. Natalya, Beth Phoenix, and Lay Cool, and I think there's another one as well. So I might as well put the title on a babyface, because then they can have more storylines. Mickie James wins the women's title, though. Kofi Kingston defeats The Miz with a Trouble in Paradise to win the United States Championship on pay-per-view. Great stuff for him. Gets a 73 rating. Slow, which suggests this might be the Rumble. The slow load. It is the Rumble. It's a poor match. Gets a 76. There was seemingly no complaint about the length. Let me have a look, though. No complaint about the length, which is very reassuring. Advances a lot of storylines, though. But in a 30-man Royal Rumble, Edge. It's 2010, had to be Edge return. Edge returns and he wins the Royal Rumble in a Battle Royale which didn't have the biggest stars in. I will admit, this isn't the most star-studded Rumble. It's Cesaro, Charlie Haas, Chris Hero, Chris Jericho, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Edge, Evan Bourne, Goldust, Jack Swagger, John Morrison, JTG, Kane, Kenta Kobashi, Kofi Kingston, Lance Archer, Luke Gallows, Matt Hardy, MVP, Rey Mysterio, Shad Gaspard, Shelton Benjamin, Slam Master J, Ted DiBiase, The Hurricane, William Regal and Zack Ryder. Whew, but Edge is the winner. Meaning Edge will go on to face either the World Heavyweight Champion or the WWE Champion at WrestleMania. Well, one of those titles just changed hands though, because Batista defeats The Undertaker in 13:59 with a Batista bomb to win the World Heavyweight title. It's a 79 rating, 67 for Batista, 80 for The Undertaker. Tag team titles on the line here as the Hart Dynasty defeats D-Generation X after David Hart Smith pins Shawn Michaels after a springboard heart attack after Bret Hart ran into attacked HBK. The Hart Dynasty win the World Tag Team Championships, the Smackdown ones. The Raw ones are still on DX. And the main event sees Randy Orton defeat Sheamus and John Cena in 14:13 when Randy Orton pinned Sheamus with an RKO. And Randy Orton wins the WWE title. It's an 82 rating. Overall, what do we get on this show? An 80. No pop change for an 80, which is interesting. But in fact, 44,000, which is great. We would have improved if we had better viewership. Or what? I don't know, actually. I don't know how that viewership works. But that was a good pay-per-view. And let's go and do a quick recap on the main screen. So, we come back to this screen, and yes, you can see a picture of Kota Ibushi behind there. It's nothing to do with me. Justin Gabriel wants to come up. Mason Ryan wants to come up. Randy Orton is now toned. What did Jericho think? Evan Bourne. Okay. Maurice is too small. She's a diva. We had 777,000 viewers, which is 777,000 buys. Oh, I'm interested to see how that did. What the pay-per-view buy rate was on that. Finance, pay-per-view revenue, 699. That doesn't add up. That does not add up. Broadcast revenue. Yeah, pay-per-view. How the hell was pay-per-view revenue? Was it less than £1 to buy it on pay-per-view? Well, who knows? But why is that? What was that Kota Ibushi news? Kota Ibushi stormed out of AAA. Which means he's free. Because we can break a deal with Evolve. He's on a handshake contract, £20 per show. Do we get Kota Ibushi in for FCW? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.